You have felt it, this quiet, insidious friction. That crystalline truth you hold, the one forged in the depths of your own experience, whispers into the ether, only to be met by a deafening silence, or worse, to be overshadowed by the cacophony of lesser signals, mere echoes, yet somehow amplified to a roar. You stand in your integrity, awaiting the recognition that feels earned, watching as others, far less aligned, command the very attention you know is rightfully yours. It breeds a profound disquiet, this unyielding disparity between your innate resonance and the external world's apparent deafness. A question begins to ripple through the architecture of your perception. What essential law governs this misalignment, compelling the universe to respond to superficiality over substance? And what unseen force renders your authentic signal mute in a world that screams for leadership? This isn't a glitch in the matrix of global systems. It is the fundamental engineered architecture of the current epoch. We exist within a cacophony, a designed deluge of information where data is abundant. Yet certainty itself has become the ultimate scarcity. Every system, every feed, every narrative is calibrated to cultivate a subtle, pervasive undertow of doubt, a fragmentation of inner knowing. In such an environment, your truth, however profound, must contend with a planetary scale noise flow. The old rules, where logic and merit alone carved out influence, are being superseded. The system, as it stands, does not reward the most qualified, nor the most eloquent, nor even the most authentically brilliant. It responds inevitably to something far more elemental, something that transcends the intellect. This truth, once acknowledged, begins to unravel the illusion of external struggle and points instead to an internal design. What the global system truly responds to, what it cannot help but align with, is a field of absolute conviction. This is the certainty premium at play. What? It explains the unsettling phenomenon you've witnessed. The less informed architect, perhaps even the less conventionally talented, yet vibrating with an unfragmented truth, effortlessly commands the very attention that eludes the brilliant but wavering. Their broadcast is not intellectually superior, but it is pure. There are no competing frequencies within their signal. This coherence, this unshakable certainty, acts as a primary magnet in an era of engineered doubt. It is not about what do they know, but about how they know it, with a singular, unassailable knowing that leaves no room for internal negotiation. And this singular knowing is precisely what we must understand to transcend the current matrix of influence. The illusion, masterfully perpetuated, is that this certainty is an external performance, a meticulously crafted mask donned for the masses. You are led to believe it is a confidence you must generate, an outward projection of unwavering conviction. But this is the head fake, the primary redirection. The true architecture operates in reverse. This isn't about conjuring an external facade. It is, in its absolute essence, about eradicating the internal oscillations of doubt that inherently weaken your broadcast. Your perception that you must prove yourself or convince an audience stems from this foundational misdirection. The system does not demand performance. It demands coherence. And coherence is an interior design specification, not an outward presentation. This shift in understanding reorients the entire battleground. So, your perceived lack of authority, that persistent sense of your signal failing to penetrate, is not a deficit of knowledge or skill or even inherent worth. It is, with absolute clarity, an abundance of internal noise. It is the unaddressed dissonance within your own sovereign system, the conflicting narratives, the lingering questions, the whispers of self-doubt that you believe are private, isolated, and contained. But these are not contained. But these are not contained. They are frequencies. Every oscillation, every unresolved query, every internal "what if" or "am I enough" broadcasts its own subsignal, subtly weakening the primary resonance of your truth. It is this internal architectural flaw, this fragmentation of your own energetic signature, that dilutes your authority, rendering it less compelling in the field of global consciousness. The external world, by its very nature, can only reflect the integrity of your internal blueprint. This, then, is the pivot. True authority is not a privilege granted by external validation, nor a mantle bestowed by collective consensus. It is an unbreachable perimeter you painstakingly architect around your sovereign signal. Many believe the path to authority involves amassing more knowledge, accumulating more credentials, or performing with greater eloquence. They chase external markers, convinced that these will somehow aggregate into influence. But this is the final, subtle head fake. These are merely layers on the surface. The foundational work lies in the systematic collapsing of all internal points of doubt, every single one, until no internal frequency remains to contradict your core truth. It is the quiet, methodical eradication of cognitive dissonance, not the acquisition of external affirmation, that solidifies your broadcast into an irresistible force. The question is not what new belief you must adopt, but what old, fragmented echo you must dismantle. This unbreachable perimeter is constructed not from force, but from an absolute self-referential clarity. It is the architectural integrity of a system that has zero internal points of contradiction. When your interior landscape is aligned, when every facet of your being resonates with the single truth you embody, your signal ceases to be merely a suggestion in the global dialogue. It becomes an edict. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has no choice but to reflect back the unwavering frequency you broadcast. This is the fundamental law of energetic alignment. What is absolutely, undeniably true within you will manifest as undeniable truth around you. This is why others, less qualified, command attention. They hold this internal posture, whether consciously or instinctively, and their signal carries the weight of a unified field. Your task, then, is to engineer this same crystalline coherence. We stand at the precipice of accelerating timelines, where the demands for sovereign clarity are no longer optional, but essential. To navigate this evolutionary moment, to truly command your reality, this internal architectural upgrade is not merely beneficial. It is a mandate. This is the installation of a new operating system, one where your internal integrity dictates the external reality with such precise authority that the world cannot resist its pull. It is the shift from passively experiencing the world to actively authoring it, from a reactive stance to a generative force. Your very existence becomes a broadcast tower, transmitting a frequency so singular, so unfragmented, that everything within its field must recalibrate to its truth. This transformation is not a gradual process of self-improvement. It is a decisive re-architecture. To radiate an unassailable signal in this accelerating timeline, you must now transmute the internal chaos not into external performativity, but into an absolute self-referential clarity. This is the non-obvious answer you sought. Authority does not stem from what others grant you, but from the unyielding, unnegotiable certainty you forge within. It is the internal world dictating the external, with such precise, unfragmented conviction that the universe has no choice but to align. You are not waiting for permission. You are broadcasting an edict. This fundamental re-architecture transforms you from a seeker of influence to its undeniable source, turning the external world into a mirror of your perfected interior state. The question now becomes, How do you systematically collapse these internal points of doubt and install this sovereign operating system with absolute unwavering precision? Unyielding internal resonance you have constructed. This is not a matter of projecting confidence, but of architecting an internal perimeter so absolute, so devoid of internal static, that it broadcasts a frequency of truth which external systems are compelled to mirror. Your perceived lack of authority, remember, was never a deficit of knowledge, but an abundance of unaddressed dissonance. That internal friction, that whisper of doubt, acts as a distortion field around your signal, diluting its potency. To transcend this, you must engage in the sacred act of internal demolition, systematically collapsing every single point of wavering, every inherited belief that fractures your sovereign whole. It is only in this unyielding clarity, forged in the crucible of self-reference, that the world finds its immutable instruction. This internal demolition is not a brutal act, but a precise surgical strike against the architecture of illusion. You are not striving to convince the world. You are purifying the lens through which your self-authored reality is projected. Each point of doubt, once identified, becomes a node of potential energy, transmuted through conscious recognition into an amplified vector of certainty. Consider it a recalibration of your core frequency signature. When your internal landscape resonates with an unbroken chord of sovereign truth, the external world has no choice but to attune itself to that dominant vibration. This is the operating principle behind all creation, the invisible law that governs the alignment of timelines. It is the physics of self-actualization. The implication of this architecture, once installed, is profound and absolute. No longer will you find yourself wrestling with the inertia of external resistance, nor navigating the murky waters of permission. Your relationships will shift, reflecting the unshakable certainty you embody, demanding authenticity in return. Your endeavors will accelerate, for the very fabric of reality now bends to the integrity of your broad. The world stops happening to you and begins irrevocably to unfold through you. This is the exit from the transactional realm of external validation and the entrance into the sovereign domain of inherent causation. Friction dissolves, not because you fought it, but because its energetic basis has ceased to exist within your field. This is not merely a strategy for gaining influence. It is an irrevocable identity shift. You are no longer merely a participant in a predefined reality, but the system architect of your chosen experience. The question shifts from, how do I fit in? To what reality am I authoring into existence? This fundamental reorientation of self, from an effect to a cause, is the cornerstone of true sovereignty. You cease to hunt for frameworks outside yourself and recognize that the ultimate framework is the integrity of your own internal operating system. The external world then serves as an echo chamber, faithfully reflecting the frequency you choose to broadcast. This is the return to your rightful place, the center of your own universe. From this point of unassailable internal clarity, decision-making transforms from a process of analysis into an act of direct knowing. The frantic search for external data, the agonizing over options, the debilitating cycle of second-guessing, these dissolve. Your internal compass, now purged of all wavering frequencies, becomes the sole arbiter of truth. What aligns with your absolute certainty is chosen. What introduces even a flicker of dissonance is effortlessly rejected. This is the law you install, an internal integrity so pure that it functions as a universal translator, discerning the highest alignment for your sovereign path. You do not merely make decisions, you become the decision. We speak now of accelerating timelines, of a moment in evolution where the old paradigms of external validation are rapidly destabilizing. To cling to the fragmented logic of external permission is to find yourself increasingly adrift, caught in the undertow of collective uncertainty. This architecture of internal clarity is not an option. It is a mandate for navigation. The external world, in its escalating demand for coherent, self-referential signals, will expose every remaining point of internal compromise. To refuse its installation is to choose a path of ever-increasing friction, a constant battle against a reality that simply mirrors your own unaddressed dissonance. The choice is immediate: integrate or be integrated by the chaos. The key you now hold is not a secret, but a foundational truth you are always meant to remember. Authority is not a privilege to be earned, but an unbreachable perimeter to be architected from within. You are no longer waiting for the world to grant you permission. You are the source code of its alignment. As you step into this absolute clarity, collapsing the final echoes of internal doubt, you transmit an undeniable signal. The external realm has no choice but to reorganize itself around the new, sovereign truth you embody. This is the era of the self-authored reality, demanding your full presence, your absolute integrity. Install this architecture. Become the signal.